Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. I'm Count Christo, this is the Gotterdammerung Mod, and we have just successfully cleft the Soviet Union asunder, which is fantastic. And now, it's pretty much mop-up. I mean, not to get too cocky about our conquest of Russia, but I feel like it's gone pretty darn well, and we're about to improve it, because if they'll let us... Ooh, let's nuke Stalingrad. Yes, that's a fantastic way to celebrate our glorious division of the Soviet Union. And I'm going to stop producing these strategic bombers, actually, because we really don't need them. I'm going to start building some more fighters, though. Shall we build jet fighters? Let's do a comparison of jet fighters to normal ones. I believe the jet fighters are significantly better. Same operational range, more manpower, no problem with we've got heaps of manpower. Less agility, but significantly more air attack. Yeah, okay. So we are going to produce some jet fighters. So let's switch that over to jet fighters. Note again, of course, no loss of efficiency at all. We're going to put all of our naval production to the bottom of the list, except convoys. No, even convoys. Yeah, let's have some more people working on jet fighters, and I'm going to want some more medium tanks as well. So let's put a row of medium tanks in. Do I want to build medium tanks, or do I want to build some heavy tanks or modern tanks? How much more expensive is a modern tank? Modern tank is 28. Medium tank is 14. Yeah, okay. We're going to stick with medium tanks for now. Just put all these down to the bottom again. Okay. Fabulous. Right, let's go for it. When are these planes going to deploy? 9 AM, 10th of December. These guys do have attack orders, don't they? Alright, we don't really want to have the same kind of numbers pushing in the north as we do down here in the south. So I'm gonna select all these guys, put them on the front line, give them their attack order, which will be, I don't know, something like this. But I'm going to significantly reduce the number of people that are in this area, because clearly that area cannot take having very many men at all. It's 3 supply, blimey. That's crazy. Crazy! Can I get them to give up some more of this territory? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, let's just let time go for a little bit. I said I was going to naval invade Sevastopol. I guess we're not going to in the end. It looks like we can just push to it without too much difficulty at all. Which is rather good, if I say so myself. These guys nearly here yet. Nearly. 9 o'clock tomorrow. There we go. Total air supremacy. Drop that bomb. The nuking of Stalingrad. That's for Danzig, you bastards. Fantastic. And their national unity drops to still 90%. Although their base is now 70, so they're now actually at 90. Previously, I looked this back over in the previous videos. They were actually previously at 110%. And we dropped it by 10% per nuke so far, so they're down to 90%. The next time we nuke them, we're going to actually start significantly dropping the national unity. The problem is we're going to run out of targets to hit with our nukes, because if you shoot lower victory point cities, it doesn't do nearly as much as if you're hitting those really big ticket items like Moscow, Stalingrad, Leningrad, Moscow, Moscow again, Paris, Minsk, Kiev, that kind of thing. These less significant cities, like if we shot Right. We're going to withdraw our planes. I'm not going to actually take them out of this airbase, though. Oof, look at all that sabotage. We need to get these MPs there ASAP. Oh, look at that. Just total lack of defense up here in the north. They're really in trouble now. This is glorious. It annoys me that you can't adjust their orders once they're in a battle. I mean, surely I could tell them, actually, after you finish the battle, go here. But well, I'll just wait around. No problem. There we go. Ooh, big defensive rigor. Okay, well, cancel that. That's some more preparation bonus and stuff. And actually, let's cross the river behind them. Bring the tanks to bear, maybe. Looking good. Well, okay. I think it's time. We are in the green in everything but medium tanks. Let's begin the attacks. Oh, that's looking pretty bad down here, but I think in a second some of these should start to turn to our advantage. It's a really big front that we're attacking along. We don't have... Oh, there we go. Look at that. Look at them all turn green. That is glorious. There were doubters. There were those that said it couldn't be done because of my glorious tactic to advance the rear. I think it's fair to say we showed them. Fantastic. That's amazing. Crushing in from both sides. I've never had an encirclement nearly this large before in my Hearts of Iron history. That's absolutely beautiful. Should we begin the charge in the east as well? Why not? More glory. Oh, look at that. All green. One exception. And it goes back green again. Fantastic. The charge in the north I think I shan't do yet. We will do it at some point, but... Oh yeah, oh, they're finally advancing into Norway. They took their time. That's brilliant. I heard that. Oh, poor Hungary's got nuked again. Oh, I'm sorry, Hungary. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I just think it's hilarious that they're nuking Hungary over and over as if that's going to help them. They're down to 34% national unity. Ouch! Oh, that's horrendous. Alright, I don't want any more Lend-Lease from my puppets because I want to see if we can get rid of their independence now. So I'm going to start giving them a Lend-Lease, and I'll send them... What should I send them? Old infantry equipment, yeah, that'll be good. Let's send them 50,000 of those. That'll give them minus 100 of those per month. 150 autonomy per month. Fantastic. I like doing that just to get rid of your old equipment, because once you're upgrading it, you really don't need it. So you might as well just send it away. And if we start getting low on infantry equipment, we can call off that deal at a moment's notice. Look at this gap close. That's fantastic. Yeah, might as well do a super ahead of time invention of the Jet Fighter 2. We're not pushing into rigor, surprisingly, but then they just abandon it. Oh dear. This is why I wasn't worried about this campaign. The AI is just not the sharpest tool in the shed, really. That's a lot of resistance, though. We're going to have serious problems with resistance. Oh yes, that's what I forgot to do. With your military police, forbid them from using your latest equipment. It's a good strategy. You should definitely do that a lot of the time. Oh, I have a mod for uncapped army experience, by the way, because getting capped at an arbitrary 500 just seems stupid to me. So we're not gonna be having any of that. I'm gonna cancel this Lend-Lease that I only just gave them, actually. Because what I'm going to do is produce a ridiculous amount of military police. They are short of some infantry equipment now, that's not quite that many there. Let's get another 100 out, because we're going to have to garrison, because of this strange, I think it's a bug, that the war between us and the Soviets and us and the Allies got merged, we're not going to be able to get a peace deal, even if we make the Soviets surrender. So we're going to have to garrison a rather large area of land. I don't know how I managed to just zoom in on Canada there. Whoops. Pushing to Stalingrad. I'm kind of hoping we don't take Stalingrad before I get my next nuke, so we can nuke it again. Because, or maybe, well, it's okay actually, we can just nuke Sevastopol. Oh, it's a glorious sight to behold. Operation Barbarossa, round 2, in full effect. Fantastic. Invented battlefield support. It's good to see. That might be almost everything. Oh no, there we go. Get some better, even more planes. How's their supply? Still fine, I think, because they've got all these victory points in there, providing them with extra supply. But not for long. Not for long. How are the Soviet casualties doing now? Previously we had even more casualties than theirs, which was embarrassing, really. But now they're up to 1.6 million casualties. Nice, very nice. Okay, well, pushing into Stalingrad. Pushing in the north less than I'd like. Oh, that's because I haven't told them to push. Duh. Right, shall I order the push in the north? Let's see how it goes if I order the push in the north. They don't really push much. Oh no, they're just pushing into some empty territories, that's fine. This is going to become very messy in terms of front lines at this point. But I think that's okay, really. It doesn't matter. There's nothing they can do at this point. There's hundreds of Soviet divisions in here. They are all doomed at this point. 91% towards our next nuke. This is some odd garrisoning you've decided on, AI. Maybe you could reconsider. 93% towards our next nuke. Ooh. It's getting close. Ooh, we're actually seeing off the American subs now. Fantastic. I haven't seen a single naval invasion. Don't know what the AI is up to. More expeditionary forces. Fantastic. I'll just stick them on this line, I guess. No, actually, I'm going to stick them on port defence. We're not going to need to defend these ports for much longer, are we? Now that I think about it. Let's put them on some Mediterranean port defence. A couple of months till we can get Spain into the faction, which will be a lovely little boost for us. We'll probably be able to persuade them to give us some Lend-Lease, which would be nice. Naval strike torpedo tactics. Strategic destruction. Not something we're going to use much. I very rarely use strategic bombers in my games. I think it's a bit of a waste of your industrial capacity, because even if you can use if you can use 10 factories to destroy 10 of the enemy factories, that's just an even. Whereas if you can use your 10 factories to produce some troops that end up taking out, capturing a bunch of the enemy factories, then you've actually gained. And I'd always rather gain than just damage theirs by using up yours. So how close are they now? They are 52% of the way towards capitulation. Nice. Fantastic. Alright, let's merge these front lines. I'll just delete the rest of these front lines. All of these guys here. All the guys here that aren't in the MP one. MP being military police, of course. New plan. Push from one end to the other. That's your plan. Have at it. And obviously finish off these little pockets. Pockets of resistance. Could I trouble you for the control of some of these states, by the way? Romania. Accept. Good. I'm going to make the military police red. I always make them red. And I believe there's an MP symbol. No, there isn't. Okay, let's use the pitchfork, then that seems suitably evil. And we're going to have to garrison all of this land here, because I believe this all counts as occupied. In fact, with the speed we're capturing it all, I'm going to be so bold as to just garrison the territory that they currently hold. Which is a bit ballsy, but there you go. Fabulous. Looks like we're still just crushing them here. No problems. That's... You'd feel pretty bad if you were this guy, wouldn't you? You'd know that your odds of surviving the next couple of weeks, or even days, were looking pretty bleak. If I were the AI, incidentally, what they should do is box select all their troops, and then delete them all. Because they're not technically encircled, because they're going to port up here, so they get all of their equipment back. Ooh, although that's not actually the case with these guys anymore. These guys are now... Oops. These guys are now entirely encircled. But I'd still delete them, because that way they'd get 75% of their equipment back. As it is, they're going to get a grand total of nothing. Because that is going to totally murder all of them. We haven't quite pushed it. There's 11 divisions just here. That's not for long there aren't. Especially with that tank division there. These planes are loud. Oh, we got our nuke. And we haven't taken Stalingrad. Glorious. You guys. Deploy to Western Steppe. Let an hour pass. And Toodle Pip Stalingrad. Actually, okay, let's run the experiment. Let's push their men into Stalingrad and then nuke it and see if it kills their men. This is good. I'm glad I remembered to do that. I'm going to test out. It might be a feature of the mod, but I couldn't see it anywhere in the mod description, so I don't think it is. Could be wrong, of course. Okay, go on, put some troops in Stalingrad. But don't push into Stalingrad yet. No, don't. Okay, now, nuke Stalingrad. So, let's just put these guys in a new army, so I can tell them to stand still, and then obey. Okay, so watch these units. There you go. See, he immediately went down to 0 and 0. He's got no there should be this green and orange bar. There's nothing there, so he vanishes. In fact, interesting. I'm very curious to see if that's an addition to the base game for this mod. I hope it's an addition to the base game. That'd be excellent. It seems very unrealistic that in the base game you can just nuke someone and nothing. They just like, yeah, what else you got? So it seems far more realistic that we can actually do some damage with that. I've no idea, to be honest, if that's actually realistic. 80 national unity, fantastic. Oh, look at that. Closed the gap. Totally annihilated them. 31 infantry divisions just there. All with low supply, all encircled. Poor devils. Not long for this world at this point. Why is the second one still... Oh, no, it's not. Okay. More divisions from Romania. Thank you, Romania. I will put your guys... Actually, they're all green. I'm going to put them on military policing. That's what I usually use. When I feel I have enough units on the front line, I usually put lots of expeditionary forces onto military policing. Alright, here is the end of a huge number of Soviet divisions. Just watch them vanish. It's going to be devastating numbers of casualties taken in this combat. This is probably at least 50, 60,000 Soviets just here. And they're trying to push out, but it's not going to go their way. This is one of the worst penalties in the game in multiple combats. They're currently taking a minus 50% to attack and defense because they're both being attacked and attacking. Oh look, our guy has upgraded. He's now a fast planner, which is a great trait, like speed plus 10. Charismatic, division recovery rate plus 10, also great. And logistics wizard, which is also great. Those three traits, plus the offensive combat one, oh, it's glorious. Glorious. Are the reason why I prefer field marshals to generals. They're just so much better in terms of the traits they can get. The generals ones are all circumstantial, and I really don't like having circumstantial generals. Romania realises the battle is won on their front, and so it's just handing over all their troops, which is a feature I really like. Some people don't like it because they think it's the AI just kind of copping out and not bothering to defend themselves, to like do the work for themselves. But I quite like it. I like the AI kind of recognising my massive superiority in terms of tactics and just handing over their troops. I think it's a good feature. So the Soviets are now 74% of the way to capitulation. Fan-freaking-tastic. Is it recognising that we have more than one reactor yet? No, still not. Well, we're getting a bit more of a handle on some of this suppression duty. Can't quite deploy our extra military police yet. Alright, I'm going to now pull back all of the any and all expeditionary forces that aren't on coastal defences. I'm going to put in the MP divisions, because I want to have my troops, because there's going to be very limited supply over here, which means we're not going to be able to have as many troops as we might want in each front. And so I want any troops that there are there to be good quality, crack German forces, rather than these potentially quite rubbishy expeditionary forces. So I'm just going to take all of the... I've sorted this list by division type, which is why it's easy to find all the expeditionary forces, because I'm only using about 3 or 4 different templates, whereas they're using all kinds of different ones. So I'm going to assign all 60 of those to the military police. Redeploy all over the place. Oh, missed a spot there. Looks like this is also occupied territory. You can tell easily what's occupied territory and what's not, because that lighter green means occupied territory. It's quite a good way of showing how much we've advanced, actually. We've taken a significant chunk of the Soviet Union. Ooh, not what I meant to do. Fantastic. Guys. This guy's getting there. Taking Sevastopol, and I'm very excited about taking Azerbaijan, because there's loads of oil down there. Enough oil to fund our entire thing. Oh, look! Iran's at war with them. Oh no, Iran's at war with us. Iran's in the Comintern? No, they're in the Allies. Why is Iran in the Allies, and how did the Soviet Union get all this territory? That's very interesting. I wonder if that's historical. Cool. Final push up here. I don't think that's going to take 38 divisions, if I'm brutally honest. So I'm going to deselect all the ones that are close to it, and the rest of them I'm going to send to the Eastern Front. So ends Soviet resistance in Europe. Now we're just pushing them to the Urals. They usually surrender when you get to about here, which is why that's where I put the line. Shouldn't take long now. Going down in their thousands. I bet their casualties are over 2 million by the time we finish closing this pocket. Who are these? Oh, those are some expeditionary forces, if I had to guess. And let's keep requesting forces from them. Another 3 from the Italians there. Put them into the MPs. Another couple probably from you. Just 1. Oh well, every little helps. Any more from you? Nope, no one from them. The push continues. Oh look, they've actually garrisoned down here. Quite well as well. And you can't, this is something weird, you can't put a front line just here. Which is very odd. But it's just a little quirk of how narrow this thing is. I mean, I'm sure it's a bug, I don't think it's intentional. It's not like it was so narrow that there could be no plan or anything. As soon as we push through, I'm going to give them a plan, and then I can just leave them to it. There we go. Plan. Take the area. Not quite the direction I was imagining. And have at it. Fantastic. How's the push in the north going? Not great. They're pushing through a bit here. Oh, all those Finnish divisions used to be up here. Okay. All you guys, stay on that line. You guys, oh no, what are you doing? That's embarrassing. A bunch of them are just holding this little pocket that there's no one in it. But yeah, actually, you 9 onto that line. Just hold them back. We need to liberate northern Finland. I'm going to leave them there just in case we want to do another nuking, but I'm going to unassign them so they don't get shot down. Fantastic, look at that. That's what we like to see. They've got very low equipment. Let's take them out.
In Ordnung, wird gemacht.
Planes are loud when you zoom right in. We're just going to take this little area and wrap that up, and then we'll take a break, I think. It's looking good. Silly of me to not remember that I had a special front line that was almost entirely expeditionary forces. Should have remembered that. Should have remembered that. Oh well. No particular harm done. Just readjust their priorities. Pushing to Sevastopol without any issues. Fantastic. Ooh, quite a few guys down here though. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. And the glorious fall of Sebastopol, with our fantastic leader, who's now just working towards organisation first, which is another fantastic trait. And come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, it takes a while, doesn't it? I guess that don't supply. No? Plenty of supply. I don't know why it's taking so long to move there. These mountains are often a bit of a pain to push through, which is why you want to close it off here so they have low supply. There we go, Sebastopol falls. And thus the final really big Soviet city in this hemisphere falls. Fantastic. Ooh, let me move the front line, there we go. I should really pause when I'm adjusting front lines. The game doesn't like it if you try and do that at the same time as letting the time tick away. Activate that plan, put all of these guys in it. Adjust the military police to account for this newly conquered territory. Gloat over how close they are to surrendering, 82%. Checklist complete, fantastic. Okay, let's call it a part there. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.